I need to sell my house, and it's a daunting thought. I'm already so busy, and I have no idea where to start. I know there are tons of forms involved, staging, and the showings. I think of the crazy world out there, and it may even be dangerous to have strangers coming into my house, but I don't want to spend the money to hire a realtor.
At Coldwell Banker Kinard Real Estate, we understand your concerns. You'll be surprised to know that you may make more money faster and stress-free by working with one of our experts. Give us a call today for a free consultation. 423-414-1002 or 423-284-3233.
Informational, fun,
timely,
relevant.
That's what people are saying about A to Z in real estate. 30 minutes packed with great info for home sellers, buyers, and investors. And now let's welcome your host, Lizzie Cohen.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to A to Z in real estate. This is your host, Lizzie Cohen. And as always, we always thank our sponsors, Coldwell Banker Kinard Realty, which is our employer also. And we thank Fairway Mortgage. It's one of our sponsors. We're very thankful for them. Today we have a very interesting program for you. And for that purpose, I have my co-host with me, Sean Matthews, who is going to introduce to us our amazing guest today.
All right. Thank you, Lizzie. As always, happy Saturday to you. We do have an exciting guest with us, Brandon Odell, but we'll get through, again, we're coming at you from the Cleveland office up here at Peerless Road, 2650. Office phone number 423-476-5532. That's anybody that wants to reach us. But today,
it will be on the screen too. I'm sorry for interrupting for the people that are watching.
Right. But today we have Brandon Odell with us, and Brandon's out of our Ringgold office. And, I guess we talked about it. You're the Director of Agent Development. But Brandon, tell us a little bit about yourself. Welcome.
Awesome. I appreciate you guys having me. Like you said, I am the Director of Agent Development, and basically what that consists of is I'm assisting agents, new agents, existing agents with training within our 5 offices. So that's a pretty big responsibility. I also manage the Ringgold office, and I do a little selling myself as well.
That's a lot of hats. There's like 3 hats. Yeah. Tell us a little bit about your background. So how did you come to Coldwell Banker Kinard Realty?
So I'm originally from Central Illinois, right outside of Champaign-Urbana, if you've heard of that, University of Illinois. Go Fighting Illini. And was doing long distance dating, ended up getting married and moved to Ringgold, Georgia. So that's not a move I ever thought I'd make, but I'm happy to be here.
Right. Okay. And we've we appreciate having you. I've been in real estate for 33 years, and I've never worked at a company that's had a personal, business coach or agent training, on staff. So it's pretty cool that we can offer that. What did you see different when you came to Georgia versus coming from Illinois?
Yeah, so the company I worked for in Illinois was also a Coldwell Banker. It's actually the largest Coldwell Banker in the country. So scale-wise, it was much larger, a lot more agents, a lot more personalities. And I really wanted to stick with Coldwell Banker. I had a lot of opportunities when I moved here as far as going wherever I wanted to go. But I got to say the thing that probably convinced me to stay with Coldwell Banker is, I got a chance to meet the owners, Mike and John. Yep. And, I feel personally like Coldwell Banker has the best tools in the business, and it was like a family type feel with really genuine owners, and that was the kicker for me.
Right. And same for me. We have 5 offices. We go to, all the way down to North Atlanta, Chattanooga market up here to Cleveland. From my Cleveland office, we go to West Knoxville. So it's a huge area. And just like you said, we cover so many different markets, in it. And you had used the word personalities. So in what do you see as like a biggest challenge for an agent when they come to a company like Coldwell Banker? What's something that's a stumbling block?
I don't know if I'd call it stumbling. I mean, obviously, our tools are a little different and in a lot of ways more advanced, I think. So there's always a little bit of a learning curve there. As far as teaching agents, sometimes people have done things the way they've always done, and the market's changing and the business is changing, and some people are just really wanting to cling to the way they've always done it. So that can be a challenge for me to convince them that, hey, there's possibly a better way, and my job sometimes to offer that solution and convince them in a soft way that maybe we should give something else a chance. And
Right. And I like the way our training's broken down, because of COVID, we're doing a lot of Zoom, so I can, jump into a meeting in Dalton, from my Cleveland office. And, one of the things when you came to interview, with us, you came out of the Chattanooga market and you had an interaction with a Coldwell Banker agent, and,
That's right.
Tell me a little bit about that.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it was in the middle of a transaction, of course,
Yeah.
and the Coldwell Banker agent was representing the seller.
Right.
She was, not only interested in the transaction itself, but she was all about Coldwell Banker. She was telling me like, hey, I have to tell you, I've been in real estate forever, but this has been the best company that I've worked for before, and I was very interested to hear what she had to say. So we actually went out and had coffee.
Wow.
And she told me all about Coldwell Banker and Zap and how she gets the leads from Zap, which I had never heard of.
Right.
And anyways, and she sold me the idea. At least she put that seed in me of curiosity. And sure enough, I started researching. And the next thing I knew, I was interviewing with you. And when I learned more in depth about what Coldwell Banker had to offer,
Right.
the decision was obvious for me.
Right.
It was, and I'm glad I did.
Right, and we're lucky because, I like the diversity of my office. You're bilingual. You're licensed in Georgia and Tennessee. We offer a lot of resources for people. So when they come to Coldwell Banker, I think we are polished up a little bit better. When I talk to other real estate practitioners, it's not always about education and training, but we push it on a daily basis, and that's kind of why we have Brandon here today. One of the other subset of training that you do is Ninja training. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
yeah, so we've embraced Ninja here. We did the installation, I believe, 3 years ago. So the Ninja training is an independent training that was developed out of Colorado. And it really is a value-based training, which I think personally is probably one of the best out there. The initial installation consists of 4 days, and they talk about mindset, skill set, and then on the last two, it's buyers and sellers. So it's just a lot of information, and we've continued that training at Coldwell Banker with our weekly skills groups,
Right.
where we continue to enhance those skills and those techniques. So I think it's invaluable. I wish I'd have had it the first year I was in real estate, and the real focus of it is having a process. We tell our agents, we're in charge of the process, they're in charge of the decisions. And there's a lot of agents out there, frankly, that just have no process. They're just kind of flying by the seat of their pants. So it's one of the things I like to implement in our agents. Like, let's get a process, let's define it, let's see what it's going to work for you, and then let's stick with that. And I think it's been effective.
Yeah, and exactly what you said. So I've been licensed since 1988. Lizzie, when did you get licensed?
In 2001.
2001. So we've been at it a long time, but you always need that shot in the arm, and it's constant education. Think of this crazy market we're in. I sarcastically say, hey, this market shifted 43 days ago. Be on top of it, and it really has. What are you saying,
Oh,
Lizzie?
absolutely. I just want to say something to that to the training importance cannot be overstated. Why? Because we know, the public doesn't know this, but we do as agents,
Right.
that when you go to real estate school, they don't train you really to deal with the real life transaction and all the challenges that a transaction potentially can have in the purchase or sale of a property. You're just trained to pass that exam, okay? And that's what it is. And so a word of caution, I think, is appropriate for the public, because the public does not know that. And we know that there's 10 real estate agents per person. It's very typical.
Right.
And the public really doesn't know that not all real estate agents are created equal. And one of the things that really differentiates us in Coldwell Banker is precisely the training. Those newer agents really are blessed to have Ninja training. And all the things, all the tools that are given to these new agents that really, let's face it, they don't really know what they're doing. I certainly didn't know what I was doing when I started. And so having a company where training is front and center is so key. It cannot be understated, and it's all for the benefit of the public, providing a better service to our clients.
Yeah, what I would say to that is I think that's true, and like you said, all agents are not created either, but all brokerages are not created equal, and all training platforms are not created equal.
Absolutely.
Either. And what happens as a new agent, oftentimes you don't know what you don't know, and everybody's touting that, oh, we have training, and that might be true, but at what level and what kind of training is that?
Exactly.
And one of the examples we have in Ninja, you know, some people give you a key and a desk and say, start calling people, and everybody you talk to, you know, ask them if they know anybody looking to buy or sell real estate, and don't get off the phone until you get a name, you know? And is that effective? It's possibly effective, but does it work for everybody? No. Does it feel good for me? Does it feel good with the person I'm calling? No. You know, an example of Ninja is we say, hey, just be real. Just, you know, we want to do business with people we like, know, and trust, and we just want to genuinely be a friend to them.
Connect with people.
Yeah, so you call them, you have a conversation, and when the need arises, they'll come back to you. And that feels good for me, and it feels good for them. So I think there's a lot of people that could have been successful in real estate that just got a little jaded when they got in, and they were forced to just make cold call after cold call, and they think, this is just probably not for me. And it's too bad, really, because that's not the only way to do business.
So we're going to go ahead and give our number because we have here our broker for the Cleveland office, and I cannot be happier to be part of this company. So Sean, tell us the office number that people out there in the public thinking about becoming a real estate agent.
Yeah, definitely. Give me a call. You know, office number is 423-476-5532. You know, a lot of opportunities in real estate. We have openings for about 3-4 people, you know, that we will train up and coach up. And again, we want to give them the tools and a great work environment. I think our office culture is really cool. You know, at Coldwell Banker, the diversity is great. But yeah, give us a call, 423-476-5532. What about you, Brandon? You have the Ringgold office, so that's a whole different, market. What's the phone number down there in Ringgold?
Yeah, so it's a good thing you asked me that because I probably don't know it off the top of my head because I never call it. I always have them call my local phone number.
But they can Google. They can Google.
But they can Google it. You put me on the spot. I'm not sure exactly what it is. But, we appreciate people calling too. If they're interested, if they have any kind of questions, we're happy to sit down. We'll go to lunch with you. We'll discuss the pros and the cons. And I tell it to them straight. You know, this is what an average day could look like. This is what the business could look like for you. This is what's going to take to be successful. And I think, we're pretty straightforward with it. And I think I remember when I first interviewed, they were talking and they were throwing, and you could see in their eyes that they really felt good about what they were saying, and it was probably fine, but I had no idea what it really meant, Right. I was like, well, I don't really know all these commission splits, and I don't really know of the value propositions that you're talking. So I think that we can deliver that, and we can talk to them along those lines.
And one other thing that I want to mention is the culture within the company, among the camaraderie among the agents. It's something that's very hard to find. I mean, you've been in real estate for a long time, and so have you, Sean. And I mean, correct me if I'm wrong. How difficult is it to find, or how easy is it to find a company where the agents, even though they are competitors in many ways,
right,
at the same time they're willing to help you out, especially if you're new. They're willing to spend time with you, answering questions, give you a push, and be a co-worker, be a colleague, rather than a competitor. Even though we are competitors, yes, but at the same time, we have that spirit of team spirit in reality. And that's gold right there.
Right. One of the things that I think is really good, it's re-energized me with the meetings and Ninja and things like that. But as a new agent, just like you said, okay, we sign up, we've committed to this company, we've set those expectations. You developed a complete new agent training, like a 2-day welcome aboard. Here's the nuts and bolts of what you should do over the first 30 days. I've never really been introduced to one as professional as ours, and I've been a few different places. So tell me, how long did it take to write that, put that program together?
It took a while, and you're adding, subtracting, and I just try to look through it from a new agent's perspective, saying, hey, if I was new, what would that look like? And I thought, hey, if we can give them a roadmap for 30 days, so they don't have to think, just do this, and if you have questions, come to me. Do this, and if you follow this plan, you're going to be in a great position in 30 days. You're going to shorten the learning curve, because I think a lot of times it's about shortening the learning curve. Example I tell people is, it takes a long time to be good at the listing appointment, but and say it takes you 20 to be competent. Well, you might go in 4 of the first years. It's going to take you 3 or 4 years to get to 20. You might be out of the business. So you need to let's practice that. Let's do it in a safe environment. Show me what you got. I'll show you what I have. Let's put it together and let's see something. Find something that works for you.
Right. And agents fear that role playing. We talked a little bit about it, but really that's how we sharpen our craft. You know, we want to have those dialogues down, and we want to professionally help sellers and buyers, right? So that's what we're after. You know, I when I came to met Mike when he merged with us, and you know we became part of the Kinard family. He gave me a book. You know, first thing I got was a book, and I read it, and you know, that was The Slight Edge, and then John Thomas gave me The Go-Giver, you know,
Nice.
and those are a couple books. But the funny thing was I read those right away, you know, but they have too. You know, you can hear in their languages and their dialogues, they really have a servant's heart, you know, so it's an easy company to work for. But you guys do books in Ninja too. You guys are constantly doing...
Yeah.
We're going to talk about after we take a break. We have to take a quick break, and we will be right back, so don't go anywhere.
Oldies but goodies. An older home can offer history, character, charm. However, some systems in older homes require extra attention. The electrical system should be inspected to make sure it is safe and able to supply adequate power for today's modern needs. Old windows are often inefficient, drafty, and leaky. However, homeowners can consider replacing them with new high-efficiency windows for increased comfort and energy savings. Many older homes have inadequate insulation, especially in the attic. Insulating at current standards will pay off in many ways. Depending on the materials used, older pipes may be corroded and prone to buildup and failure. Replacing piping can alleviate these problems. This segment was brought to you by Pillar to Post Home Inspectors.
Nancy Collins is a branch manager at Fairway Independent Mortgage Corporation. Her goal is to help you find the right financing options to fit your unique needs. Contact her today at 706-280-9763 to learn more. Fairway Independent Mortgage Corporation, NMLS number 2289, is an equal housing opportunity lender. LO NMLS number 195344. This is not an offer to enter into an agreement. Not all customers qualify. Georgia Resident Mortgage Licensee number 21158. Branch location 307 West Emory Street, Unit C, Dalton, Georgia 30720.
Coldwell Banker Kinard Realty, serving the local real estate needs since 1974, offering residential, commercial, and land purchase. The market keeps hitting new highs and inventory is low. Maybe it's time to check what your current market value is. Talk to the professionals at Coldwell Banker Kinard. Let them guide you on your next move. Coldwell Banker Kinard, we never stop moving. Leave your mark on the world of real estate. Call them at 423-476-5532. Located 2650 Peerless Road, Northwest.
Welcome back to the show, A to Z in Real Estate. We're here with Brandon Odell, and he's our company at large trainer, and we are having a discussion about what makes Coldwell Banker Kinard Realty a unique real estate brokerage firm. Among other things, is the training that you provide, and it's good news for us as agents, and it's good news for people out in the audience that are thinking about becoming real estate agents and wondering what company they would join. And this is definitely, in my view, the best option out there in the market. Haven't been in real estate for over 20 years.
Yeah.
There's a real estate school in town, and when the people graduate from real estate school, they give them a list of questions, and they say, go interview real estate, companies and brokers. And one of the things they ask for is a training calendar. Ask about their training calendar. And I think we have one of the best training calendars out there. Brandon, I know you put a lot of time into it. This past week, I know some new forms came out in Georgia, and in the Thursday meeting, asked the broker, they did them immediately, the stipulations and different things that were. So we're always on point with it. But talk a little bit about that, Coldwell Banker training calendar. So
we have tons of training. I mean, you could literally be training every day if you wanted to. Coldwell Banker has a training platform, a virtual training platform, and then locally, Coldwell Banker Kinard, we have our own training calendar as well. And it spans, like you said, we have ninja skills groups every week. We have office meetings where we catch up. We talk about activity. We go over things that are changing in the market. On Thursdays, we have an Ask the Broker class, which is invaluable. I mean, the manager's there, the broker's there, and you literally get to sit down and ask
Yeah.
You know, any question you want. I mean, I don't know anywhere where the brokers and the managers are as accessible as we are. And I added it up one time. With the managers and the owners, we have a little bit over 186 years of experience.
Wow.
So, I mean,
That's amazing.
I don't want to say we've seen it all, but we've seen quite a bit.
Yeah. Like the insurance commercials, you know, like, we definitely have. I appreciate it, you know, because even as a broker manager, I still call you. You know, I reach out to ownership. You know, I call the other brokers. You know, there's a collaborative effort, like Lizzie had mentioned before, even on the broker level. You know, so we're continuing. You know, what do those agents need? You know, what can we do to make it better? We all started in real estate, so we're like, hey, don't be that company that doesn't move with, you know, the market. So, you know, we talk about knowing the game that we're in, and we definitely, I think we do. You know, what are some of the other things that you see in Coldwell Banker Kinard that maybe drew you to it?
Well, like I said, the big thing was I think Coldwell Banker by far has the best tools out there. So if you're looking to start in the business, I mean, at the push of a button, you have every tool you need to be successful in the business. And I think you couple that with local ownership and like this boutique feel, and I think it's the best of both worlds. I mean, Lizzie was talking about how the office environments. I mean, I've literally been in offices and heard people say, hey, I have a question about 123 Main Street, and while they're talking about, the guy down the hall is Googling the address trying to sell it out from under, right?
Right.
Because it's just like dog eat.
Right.
That doesn't happen in our offices. I mean, there's anybody would help you.
Yes.
You know, we're all trying to sell real estate. Everybody's got families to feed, but it's the environment is friendly and everybody's willing to help. So I think that's definitely an advantage. And the last thing I would say is the brokers and the owners are willing to partner with you. If you have an idea, you know, they're willing to support you. And they're willing
best
to go
example
along
of that is this show. Okay,
Yeah.
so how many brokerage firms out there have a radio show sponsored by the company, and that speaks volumes of the philosophy behind the leadership of this company. And it's all for the benefit of the public, really.
Yeah.
The public needs to know certain things that if we don't tell them, they're not going to know. Like we just said in the first half hour, the first 15 minutes, not all real estate agents are created equal. You know, people say, well, you're a realtor. By the way, it's not realtor, it's realtor. You know, not all realtors are created equal. Some people have the right training and some don't. Just make sure that the person you're working with has the right training and the tools to do a good job, because at the end of the day, we are dealing with legally binding forms. You know, we're dealing with the number one investment in people's lives, their homes. And of course, we also do commercial real estate,
Right.
and we're just going to put that aside for a minute. We're focusing on residential real estate in this program. And so it's important that the public know, you know, there's tons of real estate agents out there, but the quality that they need is not necessarily out there in general.
Well, and what I'd like to say, being the training guy, is agents aren't created equal, but they're not trained equally either.
True.
Right? And
True.
you see that in examples of people who've been in business. I'm sure you guys have been talking on previous shows. The market's crazy right now, right? And the tactics and the strategies that you're taking now are not the same as they were a year ago, 2 years ago. So if you have an agent who's maybe licensed in 2017 or 2018, you know, they've never seen a market like we're currently at. So if you don't continue your training, you're going to be slower, you're going to be behind the curve, and you're not going to be able to service your clients as well as you could, as if you're up to speed. Like, hey, we see this coming. These are the strategies we're using. You talked about special steps and escalation clauses and all that. Those are things that people weren't really talking about in our environment, you know, 2 or 3 years ago. Now they are. Things are changing. You need to make sure you have a broker or somebody that can talk you through that and help you so you can service your clients the best way possible.
I'd love to have somebody from the Dalton office, a couple of agents over there, come to the show and talk to us from the agent's perspective. You know, in what ways has the training benefited them? You know, with tangible results. I'd love to have that.
Yeah, there's some brand new agents that are really taking off and flying fast. You know, I'm seeing them in the meetings. I'm seeing their listings, and you know, they've been one fellow was in about 90 days, and he said, well, I've had that happen 5 times already. And like you said, there's agents that might have seen that 5 times in their life before, but that's just how fast it is. And you know, I think we immerse them quickly, you know, into what's going on. And yeah, that's, you know, one of the benefits benefits, that's how it's re-energized me. I use the techniques. People say, "Oh, you're on another meeting, you're attending this." I also sell real estate. I practice a little bit. And a lot of times I use those techniques at 5 o'clock after everybody goes home. I make a few calls. I'm just reaching out to people, seeing how they're doing. How you making it through this market, and just making those connections. And I think it's helped me a lot.
I was thinking about that when you said that. I know some brokers try to use that against us, saying, well, you still sell, so you're competing against it, which is not true. You have your own sphere. You're doing a little bit of business as well. But I think that's a huge advantage. I know you and I do. We still sell real estate, and we're still in the trenches.
Right.
So it's like.
So you know what's going on.
Yeah, I understand your frustrations. I know exactly what you're talking about. It's not like I hung up my license 20 years ago and I haven't sold the house.
Exactly.
So I'm up to date with what's going on. I think that's super important.
Right.
Yeah, that definitely is. We are going to take another break, and we will be right back. If you're looking for mountain views, quality construction, a maintenance-free exterior, and space, the address of such home is 130 Hunters Way in Benton, Tennessee. This 3-bedroom, 2.5-bath beauty offers a living room with high ceilings, hardwood floors, French doors with transom, while the back porch features a custom-designed waterfall with rock tile wall. A bright and spacious kitchen invites all the family to gather to share a meal, while the oversized master bedroom is adorned with a vaulted ceiling, French doors, and hardwood floors leading to the outside. This and plenty more you will find at this remarkable estate. For more information, please call 423-414-1002. Welcome to 3719 Willow Oak. This well-appointed all-brick 5-bedroom, 3.5-bath home is full of all the details you're looking for. A beautiful kitchen open to the great room, amazing ceiling details, an oversized master on the main floor, a wraparound porch, a 3-car garage, and much more. Just give us a call to schedule a private tour at 423-414-1002. Welcome back, and we are down to 1 minute and 40 seconds here to wrap up the show, but we're very grateful that Brandon accompanied us today. Thank you so much,
Thank you.
Brandon, for coming. And we just have a couple of things that we want to mention. The race coming up this Saturday.
Well, yep, today.
Well, it's actually...
Yeah, going on right now.
Yeah.
As we speak, the CASA 5K is going on. Coldwell Banker's got a lot of people in it. Look for the blue capes, on the Greenway. I think they kicked off at 8 o'clock this morning.
This is in support of children that need advocates, children and youth that are at risk.
Right, so that's our monthly, give back. One of the things that we do is we sell and serve the community. So we always have something for St. Jude, but it's CASA this month, and we're excited, about that, to participate in that 5K. I was able to get out of it because of the radio show today, but we did our donation and
That's right.
decorated some capes, so it's a lot of fun.
That's right, and also we want to remind our audience that we have a Facebook page, and we would love for you to go there, like us, and comment and share our page. That helps us a lot. And we hopefully will be here next Saturday with another interesting subject. Unfortunately, do you have anything else?
Brandon's phone number in the Ringgold office?
Yeah, that's 706-935-5599. So feel free to give us a call. Happy to help any way we can.
Awesome.
Thank you so much, everyone, for listening and for tuning in. Again, like us on Facebook, share, and comment. We will see you next week.
Nancy Collins is a branch manager at Fairway Independent Mortgage Corporation. Her goal is to help you find the right financing options to fit your unique needs. Contact her today at 706-280-9763 to learn more. Fairway Independent Mortgage Corporation, NMLS number 2289, is an equal housing opportunity lender. LO NMLS number 195344. This is not an offer to enter into an agreement. Not all customers will qualify. Georgia Resident Mortgage Licensee number 21158. Branch location 307 West Emory Street, Unit C, Dalton, Georgia 30720.
Have you seen the new Coldwell Banker North Star signs? Coldwell Banker Kinard Realty has been serving the East Tennessee and North Georgia area since 1974, with 5 offices in Cleveland, Tennessee, Dalton, Ringgold, Cartersville, and Calhoun, Georgia. With the latest technology, CBKR's 145 licensed agents are ready to serve all your real estate needs. Call today, 423-476-5532. They offer residential, commercial, and land and property management. Call and speak to one of their licensed professionals today.